Hey there, welcome to another episode of Sass and Surrender. I am Drew Spanks on Fet or Drew.
I fly away on Fet or Fly.
And today we have with us a very special guest, the first guest on the podcast, because she's the best guest to have on the podcast.
It's offensive to future guests.
It is offensive. It sets the bar high, we'll say. So tell us who you are.
So my name is Latte on Fet, and I do go by Latte. So thank you guys for having me. Appreciate it.
Of course. And she is one of my play partners and one of the people that helps me organize the parties we throw here in Florida. So we decided to have her on because today we are talking about something she is so good at, like one of the best, an expert in her field. We're talking about bratting.
I think it's just sarcasm. That is a key component to bratting.
It is.
But why don't you kind of like introduce yourself a little bit, tell people about your kink journey and your Spanko story, and then we'll get into the bratting topic. Sure.
And we'll prod questions as they appear to the audience here.
So my spanking journey has been honestly a speed bump. It's been a very bumpy road. I got into spanking probably late high school, just like I think everybody else. They heard the word, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it really started my journey in college. So growing up, I was very sheltered. And so going into college, it was like an eye-opening experience for me. And I really, really just struggled. I was never that person that had issues with their grades or anything like that until college. And so I started just kind of venturing out with some websites that are no longer present today, but like Spanking Needs and Spanko Life, and then obviously Fet Life, and just started kind of exploring more. I actually started talking to somebody, we'll call him TJ.
Okay.
And
your struggles were academically?
Yes. For the most part, I do struggle with like family sometimes, like with boundaries. Setting boundaries with my family and saying no.
Wow,
to them.
we can all feel that.
Yeah. And so I started talking to TJ, and we really just honestly connected. And he offered to help me, where we built that connection up where we became a top-bottom dynamic. Did you meet him on like one of the kink websites? I did. I met him on Spanko Life, which is no longer in existence today. But you know, he really honestly helped me through a lot, academically wise, you know, getting my degrees. And then
how did he help you?
He set up rules. We had rules set up around, you know, homework and, you know, timeliness, procrastination, obviously test exams, how often am I studying. He also really helped me on learning to say no, because I don't like disappointing people. So learning to say it's okay to say no when you're like super swamped, not being disappointed. So he helped me with that. He also helped me with boundaries, again, with my family, making me stay calm when interacting with them. Yeah, I mean, you know, there was a time where I did not talk to my family for almost 2 years just because I really, really struggled with it. Because it came, you know, when I was trying to stick up for myself, it came across as I was being rude and disrespectful. And I really, I was having that, it was hard for me.
Yeah, I find that like boundaries with family members, like they don't like that. It's like they feel like they have this like all access pass to your life and can like tell you anything and do anything. And then when you set up like any kind of a guard against that and like just set up a boundary, they don't like that.
Correct.
Especially moms.
Especially moms. Yeah. And I have 2 moms. Okay. I grew up with 2 moms, guys. So
double the
whammy.
fun.
Double that. So he really like, and we were in a dynamic for a little over 5 years, top bottom. And again, you know, great guy. It did not end great. 100% my fault. 100% would take it back, but I wish him nothing but the best. He's a great guy. And then, you know, he really also, too, before things ended, like started pushing me into, you know, dating again. I was dating a vanilla when we had met, and high school sweetheart whatever, right? And unfortunately, he actually passed away.
I'm
So
sorry to hear that.
he really helped me through that time and really was like encouraging me to go out there, especially in the scene. And I'm like, I don't know. I'm actually really an introvert. You know, I don't know. Like it was hard for me just to explore that. And so he just encouraged me just to be myself because again, I am shy until I get to know you.
Yeah, I wouldn't know that.
Yeah.
I don't think you're shy.
You
I
also know
don't
me.
think you're shy.
That's true.
we really, I mean, it was like instant bratting.
Yes.
Pals. So I guess that.
Goodness gracious.
Yeah.
Challenging.
Enjoy it.
You love it.
I do love it. I enjoy
love
it.
it.
I enjoy the bratting. It's like a fine wine. Question though, like before we move on from Tej, I can tell we're moving on from him. Did he give you your first spanking, like outside of like as an adult?
Yes, he did.
Okay.
He did. I was spanked numerous of times for obviously not intentionally breaking the rules, but just for me to help me be better, especially academically. Tons of opponents.
Was it like a mix of like maintenance and also rules, or was it okay?
Mix of maintenance, rules, obviously corner time, lines, soap, you name it. He tried it. One time he put capsaicin on me and then sent me off on an airplane ride to go visit family. That was
nice.
worst thing in my life. It was horrible.
Well, and I don't think we've touched on it.
I did not consent to that.
Oh yeah. Okay. I'm gonna need to get that punishment later.
No, I will not tell him.
So we haven't really touched on this like on the podcast, but like maintenance spankings. I don't think we've touched on this.
We did a little, but we had one kind of time of maintenance spanking when I first started working on speeding, but it didn't really last very long because I'm so well behaved.
The best.
Sounded so sarcastic.
I'm sorry, baby.
Oh no, guys.
That sounded so sarcastic. I am.
You are the best behavior.
With important things.
Yeah, just need gentle reminders. But like a maintenance spanking is super important because it's not a punishment, but it gives you kind of a reminder of the rules you're following. Yeah. So even if you haven't broken the rule, it's a reminder of kind of what happens if you do break the rule.
Yeah.
So I find that that's like super helpful.
No, I felt like during the period of time, like I don't need them anymore, but to start off that rule, like I definitely did.
It definitely got lighter, the frequency with them.
Yeah.
We went on. I mean, again, we were in a dynamic for over 5 years.
Right.
So absolutely. I mean, he got some tears a couple of times.
Were there big discipline spankings like that happened because of like
not a lot of them.
Okay.
No.
Oh, you're so good too.
Yeah.
I really try. Like, I really don't like disappointing people.
Yeah.
I don't like upsetting people. I'm really, really big on that. And so, and also too, like, I also will take accountability. Like, I was the first, like, hey, I didn't do so well on this test, or hey, I didn't study long enough per our agreement. Right. So he knew that I would, in quote, like, tattletale on myself.
Oh yeah, I would definitely do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think. I don't want to say he went lighter because I did that, but he knew that I would come to him if I had messed up. Or I was like, hey,
it's like even
the trust.
The only time that I've been even sort of punished, which wasn't even that severe, was just like a little slip up with speeding. And like, it really wasn't even that bad, but it was like 3 days later, it was still bugging me. Yeah. And I was like, okay, well, if it's still eating at you, then obviously, and that's a huge thing with punishment and discipline that I love about having a dynamic is like I'll beat myself up for a month, but if you just get a spanking, then
I know Drew and I've actually went to Drew once and I was like, hey, this is really bothering me, and I know like I didn't technically do anything wrong, but it was just me being like, I know I can do better.
Right. I think it's like super important in any dynamic that you have, because I've seen a lot of this on like Fat Life and stuff, and I don't think it's like personal to me. I think it's really speaks to a healthy dynamic. You need to have that accountability, and it has to be like honest accountability.
Right.
And you need to be very specific with your tops on this, because if you're just having like a fling kind of thing, like that's fine, have punishments and makeup discipline stuff or whatever. But if you're seriously involved in a dynamic, I think both parties need to be very honest with each other. And it's not about like, you're wrong, you're bad, and like all this stuff. It's all about healthy growth and working on the things, like we said, that the bottom wants to work on.
Yes.
Right. And setting aside, like, if you're someone who wants tons of little rules because it just fulfills you or whatever, we're not talking about that. But, like, in terms of the big things, like, if it is something that you want to change in yourself as a person, like, you have to want that. It can't just be because your top, like, doesn't think swearing is ladylike or whatever, you know.
For me, I was on a scholarship, so
Right.
I had to maintain a certain GPA. I had to maintain certain grades, and I did do sports, and so because of that, I knew like, oh, I need help to be held accountable because again, this never happened in high school. It just came natural to me.
Right.
And I was heavily involved in sports and music then too. So he really, really helped me. And it didn't always lead to a spanking. You know, like I went to, like he would just talk to me. Like he knows like it would eat at me, or he would just. I mean, one time he put me in the corner and he was like, "I'm gonna go take a shower." I'm pretty sure he forgot about me because I was there for a long time. Where I'm like, did you fall asleep in the shower? But you know, like writing lines and like things like he couldn't like just come out and like spank me like every time because we both had things going on in our lives or whatever.
Right.
So, you know, sometimes it was just like a lecture, like, hey, you can do better. Hey, this is what will happen if we don't change.
Yeah, well, I said that in like one of my writings. Like sometimes it's not a spanking that's needing it; it's just a conversation that's needed.
Yeah,
like it's super important to have that like accountability.
Because we had connected so well and we really built on that. You know, I trusted him. He knew how to get into my head where he could like get the emotions out of me. So where sometimes he didn't have to spank me. He was just saying, "Oh, you can do better. Oh, I'm disappointed that this happened." That was enough for me. Like, I'd be in tears.
Yeah, we were talking about that at dinner tonight, like about how it's like sometimes it's the emotional side of things that's like can bring out the tears because there's a lot of tops out there that like think like getting tears out of that just does not happen. Like
no,
and
I will tell you right now, only 2 people have gotten tears out of me, and one of you guys is not Drew.
It's not me.
It's not Drew.
3 for me, and Drew's the only one that's ever gotten them from anything besides pain.
Yeah.
And at this point, I would say there really should be no one else is getting me like tears out of me. I mean, I maybe, you know, there'll be the occasional person that we might be playing together that I trust or whatever that's a heavier player. But generally speaking, like if I'm crying from the pain, I'm pretty close to my limits. So there aren't really a lot of people at this point that I think I would trust to play that hard besides Drew.
Yeah. And I mean, I'll touch on it later too about an emotional release that I had earlier this year with the other play partner. But
okay. So Tej, let's get back to Tej.
So
Tej encouraged you to...
Don't forget, we also, the whole point of this podcast is Bratting. Right. So we have to...
We'll get there.
Latte.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
Good. They
all right, so
enjoy
Tej.
a little bit longer of a podcast.
That's true.
So he encouraged me, which I did meet somebody on FET, and we actually did start dating, and things were great in the beginning. And then
as they always are.
And then True Colors started coming out. It actually got abusive. It was never physical. But it got pretty bad. And you know, everybody's like, "Oh, just leave, just walk away." It's easier said than done.
Yeah.
It took me a little bit. It took me to like, I think like almost a breaking point where I was like, I don't, you know.
And did you guys had I assume if you met on FET, you had a dynamic.
We had a dynamic.
That makes that was
super hard.
Yeah. And that was one of my big concerns when Drew and I started dating. I was like, I need to make sure that I'm 100% have feelings for you and I feel all these things genuinely like on the vanilla side of things because I can't get swept away because it's so easy to get swept away when you're being cared for in your kink.
Yeah. And there was other factors too that was making it hard for me to leave that I'm not going to say here, but 100% agree with that. And it took me quite a while to really just be fully done. You know, I would attempt to walk away and then he would swing me back in, like, oh, I've changed, things like that, and I'm like, okay, I'll give you another shot. And then it really made me actually question the scene. And to where I actually stepped away from the scene. I deactivated my profiles. I was like, I need to take some time for me and really work on my mental health because of everything that I have been through now. And so I did. And it honestly was probably the best thing for me. And in turn, I actually, during that time away, I got super sick and I was in the hospital for quite some time. I've shared this to a couple of people, right? ICU, whole 9 yards. And for those of you that don't know me, I don't do well sitting down, like just, relaxing.
She's a fidgeter.
I really am. I'm always like constantly on the go. And so when you're on like mandated bed rest, when you're released from the hospital, I mean, I was out of work for almost a year.
Yeah.
Jeez.
I had to like relearn, a lot of things, walking, muscles, things like that, because I was just on so much bed rest. And you can only do so much TV and puzzles and games. And, can't stay at my friends would babysit me because they knew that I would try to get out of bed. Or like, oh, I can do this today. No.
Because you're a strong, independent woman.
I really am. I really am. And I started thinking, and I was like, you know what? I wonder what the scene's like. And so I didn't tell anybody I was back. I just reactivated my profiles and just started observing, honestly.
Stalking.
Yeah.
Creeping in the shadows.
Checking on past friends, things like that. And, I started talking here and there, like on the chats, like on spanking needs and whatnot. And that's when I think our mutual friend, FA, reached out and was like, hey, I see, I moved to Florida. And I was like, okay. So, that's when we started talking more about like, getting more involved and make the scene with Florida. And so that's really kind of what helped me back into the scene, was just honestly taking that break. But then really just because I got super, super sick, and I think I was just straight bored, I was like, let me just see what it's about. And I'm really happy that I did, because I got to meet you guys and a lot of other people. And now we host. And but there's always been like one constant play partner that I met in college. We were online friends for a while before we actually met. We'll call him S. And he's just been consistent play partner for me. He does not live in Florida, but he is somebody that I can be 100% vulnerable with, which I love. I could scream and yell and cry, and he just sits there and listens and will help me through it. And he's just been a really good friend to have. And he actually came out in September. Now you guys didn't get to meet him, so next time.
Yeah, next
time. But he really helped me with an emotional release this year. So this year I had a really, really rough year professionally. I know Drew and Jack Fly are aware of that. So I manage a couple of departments. So I have a lot of people underneath me, and I didn't realize how it affected me, but on more than one occasion, I've had to share about a peer passing away. And, the first one was expected, super medical. The second one was unexpected. And that's the one where I didn't realize how bad it affected me until I started talking more about it. I was really holding on to it. They're like, oh, well, we can tell the entire team together. And I was like, absolutely not. I also had to make tough decisions on layoffs right around that time. And I was like, they're going to think they're getting laid off. And so I sat there and I told the team individually times 15 about their peer passing away. And that really, really affected me.
Yeah, I'm sure.
And
it's a big thing.
It's a big thing. And I really care about my employees, like 100%. That's just me as a person. I know their families, they know mine. When I go out to visit them or travel for work, I take them out,
right,
and their families. And so I felt like I was being super strong for them this entire time, that I haven't been able to grieve myself, and then, their reactions are still etched in my brain, how they reacted. And so when he came out, he knew. It was funny because he called me like 3 weeks before and he's like, I miss your face. Here's when I want to come out. And I'm like, okay, cool. Let me rearrange some things. We'll make it happen.
Such a good pickup line.
Yeah, I miss your face.
Miss your face.
Miss your face. So he came out. Of course, we had a lot more fun spanking. He knows my family, and my family adores him. He got to hang out with my family. We did touristy things, right, at the beach or whatnot. And then we knew that the last day that we would have that emotional release session. And there wasn't much words, but honestly, guys, it was hard for me. I had a really hard time letting go, which is odd because he is one of the 2 people that has gotten tears out of me during a spanking. And I remember like him grabbing my hair and like gently lifting up my head and like going to like next to my ear, and I could like feel his breath. And I just remember him saying, I got you. Just let go. I got you. And the moment he said that, I bawled.
Yeah.
Bawled. He didn't continue spanking me for much longer after that, maybe 1 or 2 more minutes, but then he just scooped me up and held me and just let me cry. And I just felt like everything off of me.
Yeah, it's great. We just had just a couple weeks ago, a session like that really, and that's pretty rare for me to like, need that.
Same.
First of all, like that bad. There's really only been like 2 or 3 times I feel like I've cried just from that in a spanking. Like there's been a couple times where it started with the pain and then it's kind of brought up emotional stuff, but there's really only like a couple times that and Drew's the only person that's ever got me there at all ever, and that's only happened maybe like 2 or 3 times that it's just really been like that. So yeah, it's a special experience for sure, especially if it's not something you do often.
Yeah. No, it is.
And it's something I can't do with just everybody.
No.
Anybody. You know, it's,
Well, especially like from your like your career, the place you are like in leadership and things like that. Like
high up.
You were high up. So you're like looked on for all this stuff.
Yeah.
So and look
I was expected to keep the brigade going.
Right.
Like, literally a day later, and I'm like, yeah, okay.
And you're a strong, independent woman.
Yeah.
So it's hard to like let go, but like
it is
when you find those special people that you can do that with. I agree. You should like let go
and for those thinking like, oh, he's probably gotten tears because he had to punish you. No, he's only had to split me once. I earned it. He let me up, but we really just have a lot of fun. But he's also just, again, somebody that I can be 100% vulnerable with, and I know he doesn't judge. And that's just, I feel like everybody needs that person.
Yeah.
And he is that person for me.
Everybody needs that person. Like, even outside of a dynamic or anything. I mean, if you have that person, I mean, that you can just be real with and vulnerable with, I mean, hang on to those people. They're special.
Agreed.
Yeah.
100%. So he's another play partner I've had for quite a while, clearly, 35. And then more recently, I met one actually here in Florida next to, with Drew. Drew's a little bit farther away from me than this person, but we've been able to connect recently and have a few couple of play sessions, which I know people have enjoyed the pics online of
yes.
my red butt.
Yeah. You got real lit up last time.
I was. Took almost 2 weeks to heal.
Yeah.
Just in time for you to come hang out with us.
I think
get all sore again.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, I saw it for the first time when Fly was like, did you see Latte's butt? And I was like, no. And so we like looked at the picture together. I was like, oh my gosh.
You're like, I haven't seen her butt look like that in a long time.
Maybe ever. Maybe ever. So I was like, holy crap.
Building up my tolerance. I will say that 2-year break, where I was not on the scene, my tolerance went down. Right now, I'm leaving with you, Drew. I'm like, hey, I'm not Fly.
Yeah. She says that a lot.
Yeah.
Hey, just a reminder.
I'm going to wear a name tag next time because I'm not Fly. Yeah. But that's really been my journey now. I get to play with you and Fly and obviously this other guy. And, again host the parties.
And you're going to make it to Gas this year.
Yes, I'll make it
Yes.
to Gas. So I'm looking forward to meeting a lot of people.
Yes.
So feel free to message me and say hi, because again, I am an introvert. I typically am not one to message.
She creeps in the shadows.
I do a lot of observing before I'm like, all right, you're cool
Until you
enough.
get to know her, and then she
Yeah.
opens up the brat
And then
side.
we'll talk about that.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
very witty and sarcastic. My family do say that I should be a comedian instead of what I do for work. And I'm like,
You just have to be on it all. I'm like, yeah, if I could just remember the 10% of the things I say, that's like super funny.
I think for me, I don't think before I say things, which could definitely get me in trouble. I mean, but here's the thing. If I don't say it, my face will definitely say it for me.
Oh, yeah. Big
Like, I'll
time.
be in meetings and my team will be like, Latte, like, hey, like, watch your face. But they also love the feistiness out of me. They're like, oh, she's super feisty today. Like, they love it. So, but that's just me 24/7.
Yeah, so let's start talking about bratting, since
Yeah.
we're kind of digressing into that anyway. So bratting, obviously, I mean, it's hopefully playful banter. We'll get into that in a minute.
Yeah.
But, you know, fun ways of kind of poking the bear, being sassy, being sarcastic, playing little pranks, things like that. I think one of the reasons that Latte and I are compatible brats.
Sure rolls his eyes.
Oh, yeah. Big eye roll there.
And I just think we're similar in our very overly sarcastic ways. So that's, I would say, sarcasm and, you know, the banter is probably one of my biggest ways of bratting. We can get into a little more later, but I try not to, you know, I feel like most of what I say, like, I ramp it up a little bit with Tops, or like, especially with Drew, because he loves it and we're in a dynamic and
Mhm.
he needs reasons to be my butt all the time, obviously.
She gives me all the reasons. I don't know. It's like a constant thing.
But I don't think it goes too far beyond like how I talk to my normal friends. Like, we like tease each other all the time, we roast each other all the time, we're snarky all the time. Like, that's just kind of who I am as a person. So it lends itself well.
People think that I'm in a bad mood if I'm not witty or sarcastic.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, she's upset, she's mad. And I'm like, no, I'm just being productive.
Yeah.
Sometimes we have to work.
Sometimes I actually have to do things, guys.
Yeah, and I found too that because I'm bratty too.
You are
100%.
But sometimes that
Right.
brattiness and that sarcasm doesn't like come through in text.
Well,
or like
guys,
with the right
prime
people.
example.
Oh, yes.
I got lost on the way to a party because of road closure.
On the way to our party.
Yes.
Because of road
I have a
Because of-
confused face on my face right now. Very confused.
Because of road closures. And this guy over here, knowingly that I do not do well with directions, is like, go north. I don't do that. Left or right at McDonald's. So this guy, genius.
That's how women take directions.
Yeah.
If you didn't know.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
how's
He
that?
sends me
They
a
don't.
map. And my response to this map I received was, I am not Christopher Columbus. Come get me. Like, that was exactly my response. I'm not Christopher Columbus. Come get me.
They're wild. There's these brats are wild. I can't even tell you.
But so one of the things we did want to talk about is consent in bratting
Yes.
and
Mhm.
ethical bratting. So even though Drew is giving the opinion that the image that we are the brattiest of all brats.
At least top 3.
It's important to me because I consider myself a genuinely good person. Like, I don't want to make people mad at me.
Agreed.
And I do think, whether it's intentional or not, I would like to give most people the benefit of the doubt that if they are pushing those boundaries, they're not really intending to. But, you know, there are also those that just kind of like use it as an excuse to be an asshole. But I do think I see a lot on FET of what I consider over bratting and
Agreed.
going too far. And I think that most of when I see that is people that don't really realize as much. Like, I like I said, I like to give most people the benefit of the doubt that they're not intentionally being an asshole. But I see the boundaries pushed a lot.
I agree. I'm really big on, again, observing. Like, let me get to know you,
Right.
because I'm not going to, one, push my buttons. If you tell me like I don't like to brat, cool. We'll just have a fun play session. We'll just
Right.
we'll just converse through it. Do I like to banter? Absolutely. But do I discuss that ahead of time? Yes, 100%. I'm not gonna just
Yeah,
do
and am I likely to play a ton with tops that are like, I have absolutely zero tolerance for bratting. That is not my style. I don't even want you to be sarcastic. No, we're probably not
We're
going to
not
get
gonna
along.
mix.
But
Right.
but I'm not going to still go brat that person.
No, absolutely. And I
And
see that a lot on Fet, like
yes,
you, Fly, where it's off-putting to me, where I'm like, I don't know if I can
or
go
like,
there.
and again, it's kind of a fine line because I'm not saying that I don't brat comment or publicly brat on things. I don't even know what I'm saying.
I'm just getting like hurt over here.
To
I
people
have
that
not
I
touched you.
to
Yeah.
people that I
Right
don't
now.
know
I
that
know.
well.
Yeah.
You didn't let me finish. I was
Sorry.
gonna say to people that I don't know that well.
Oh, gotcha. I mean, I see you all over Fet, like bratting here and there and
But I
everywhere.
still feel like it's very much in the realm of lighthearted joking.
Yeah,
Like
that's true.
I really try to be respectful, especially to people that I don't know that well. And then
Mhm.
I see a lot of people that really just go all out. Like I wouldn't brat other tops that I don't know that well as hard as I would brat you. And I feel
Mhm.
like I
Yeah.
see a lot where it's just like people think it's just like open fields where you can just do that. And the truth is a lot of people, they're just not comfortable with that. And just like bottoms don't like how people will message them, a top will message them and instantly be like, oh, you should be calling me sir, or like talking to them like they are their bottom.
I will ignore those messages.
Right. But it goes both ways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
Well, like a lot of the way that I view bratting is it's a consensual thing, number one,
Agreed.
and it's more so the bottom like asking for a spanking. It's the art of the top and
Painting a scene.
bottom, yeah, painting a scene
Yep.
and asking for spanking. So like I don't take offense when they're bratty. I mean, some of it's really hard not to laugh at.
Welcome.
Yeah, it's great. You guys are very entertaining. But it's like that back and forth and like the beauty of a scene and the beauty of like a dynamic or a relationship or a friendship just going back and forth. And the best part about it is like with these girls, like I can spank them, so it can like have that.
But we built that foundation. We built that
Yeah.
friendship. And
Yeah.
I think that's for me. Like, I'm not, again, just going to brat the first day I meet you.
Right, and that's another thing too that I see here and there that really rubbed me the wrong way. And I'm not saying that if you brat someone, you should agree to whatever punishment or like, let your boundaries get pushed or like cross your limits or anything. I don't think that by all means. But I also don't think that you should be constantly bratting someone that you're not kind of giving that blanket consent to spank you for it. Like,
Right.
even if it's someone that you're not like super close with, if you're at a party or whatever, like if you're going to keep being sassy, that's somewhat kind of giving consent, at least to discuss playing or at
Mhm.
least to like go down that road a little bit, because otherwise you really are just breaking their consent.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Because I feel like, I mean, I switch occasionally, but I'm not the most toppy. But I feel like for you, like it just gets annoying. Like
Yeah.
it is kind of breaking your consent because it's a two-way street. Like it's kind of like, opening that door for like getting a spanking for being a brat and then shutting it.
Yeah.
Well, and also for me too, like in like that top bottom dynamic, I was, very early on, he's trying to do the right thing. He's trying to help me with certain things. And I feel like if I were just to brat him, that to me is very disrespectful for me within our dynamic.
Oh yes, we
Yeah.
didn't
Because
talk about
he's-
that type of disrespect.
Because
bratting,
he's
like-
trying to help me. He's trying to help me set my, for me to achieve my goals and things like that. Were there times where I, like Drew said earlier, did I make him laugh while I was over his knee? Yeah. Absolutely. There was one time where he actually had to put earplugs in because I was just
You're just that funny.
I didn't try to be. I was just like, he was asking me questions and I was just being honest. But I,
snarkily honest.
you know, but if I needed like a release or I just felt like I needed spank, I was like, hey, can you just give me a spanking? Like, I felt like I didn't have to brat him.
Yeah,
right.
Like, my opinion from the top is bratting has no space in a punishment. So, like, if you're in a punishment scenario with your top and your dynamic, bratting there, it's obviously a very serious situation that you're in, and bringing bratting into that, there's just no place for it because you should be focusing on why you're there, how you can grow, the rule you broke, the punishment. You shouldn't be focused on, gaslighting your top or like anything
Same
like
thing with, I don't like when I see and hear stories of people that break their rules on purpose to brat.
Mhm.
And
It
again,
drives me nuts.
if
Yeah.
if you're someone who has 50 rules of every little detail in your life and that's worked into your dynamic and that's kind of part of what you do, that's different. But we're talking about, big rules. Like, I would never speed to just spite Drew. Like, that's
Right.
not, it's about helping me. The rules are for my benefit, even if,
Yeah.
it's very rare, but occasionally if I'm dropping or I'm not,
Mhm.
myself, there's once in a blue moon that I get
dropping. I don't interact because I know I'm not the nicest person when I'm dropping.
Yeah.
Personally.
I might get urges to be defiant. It's extremely rare.
Yeah.
But even in those times, like, that's not bratting. That's me not being myself.
Mm-hmm.
And I would never, ever, ever like make light of breaking serious rules, like, or like having a punishment for speeding, or then like joking about it in my post on vet or like whatever.
Mm.
I think even to like, I know like when I was punished for something, I was even hesitant to share like the pictures or like share my story. There were times where I'd share it, like, oh, I backtalked a little bit too much here. But I never really shared like a lot of like personal punishment.
Yeah, I share more about like emotional things that I go through. I don't think, but I've also, fortunately, like to keep it that way, have really not been severely punished by Drew at all. I've only had my one slip up of a rule, and we've had establishing rules, which are serious spanking, but not a punishment. But it's the same thing. Like, and I can, I'm not knocking anyone who shares them. I think it's very amazing and vulnerable and cool that people are willing to do that. But like, we make tons of videos that may seem super serious, but we would never film a real punishment. Those are always things that are private between us.
100%.
We might film things that I would get punished for, and then they have a more serious tone, and we can kind of feel those feelings similar while we're doing the video, which make them more real. But we would never like really share that type of.
Yeah, because it's so much more deeper and like emotional and vulnerable, and I don't know. It's just it would be weird to share for me. And I think for you too, right, Latte?
Yeah.
It'd be a weird experience to share that. I don't know. It's weird that, like, okay, here's what I'll say as well. Like,
not knocking anyone who does.
No.
I've seen some videos.
No.
And I commend you, and I love watching them. And
I think
that's what I would say. Like,
very brave. You're very
some of my favorite like videos to watch are like what I would consider like a real spanking, punishment spanking. And unfortunately, not to break it for everybody, but a lot of the videos that are out there are really just like recreations of a punishment, not a real punishment. They're dramatized. Making up words. So they're dramatized. It's like a movie, it's not like real. But I think
even ours, which I feel like ours, we do a pretty good job of being genuine, and like, you spank me hard, like my reactions are real.
They're
like,
real.
That's not fake.
But he spanks really hard, guys. Don't let him fool you.
Yeah,
they've seen the videos, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, Latte reminds me all the time that she's not fly.
Yeah.
Every day.
Don't swing. And I'm like, I know, you're not her. So I got it.
And then he's
But-
like, whoops, I forgot. I'm not intentionally
does that
wrapping
at
around
least-
your thigh like I
Yeah.
do to her.
Hit my thigh earlier. I was like, dude.
Yeah, but it was pretty.
We're
that's
both
pretty
sitting, by the way, very sore right now.
Yeah.
We had Band-Aids on earlier.
All
so-
three of us are sitting sore right now.
Oh, yes,
Well-
that's true. So for those, I don't know if we mentioned this in our other podcasts, but
I think we did.
I think we did. That whenever we get a new implement, I get to hit Drew with it once. And we just recently got for Christmas, there's a video on FET if you want to see it, 5 new implements, 3 canes and 2 straps from Alpine Impact from our good friend Aaron for Christmas. And Drew,
Latte happened to be down this weekend.
and so he agreed
So I
that
was like, sure.
we both got
Fine.
him. So he got 10 hits, which is
And
not
after
even
like it was the end of the world.
Well, I
young.
got hit in my back once.
It was not
That
that
was
high
not
of your
me.
Then
back.
there was another one that like hit me in my arm and like,
No,
I was like,
don't lie to people. I
He's
did.
like, man, they're terrible.
I did swing a little high with the cane, but I'm not.
No, the best is like I'm like, okay, so aim low, girls,
I did aim
Aim
low.
low,
I did aim
and
low.
like somehow she still hit like the top of my butt. She aimed low. She's like, well, these are just weird.
I'm
Like,
not.
oh my gosh.
I don't use canes.
She's
very
like, I'm left-handed. I'm like, well, geez, use your best hand. Like, whatever
well.
you have to do. But yeah, no, it was
So I switch as well. I do switch.
Mhm.
So that was,
Yeah.
it was fun tonight.
Yeah, you like that.
Yeah. I was
Getting
like
to
the
see
first
me
time.
writhing in pain
Because I'm left-handed. So that was
because
the
I'm a
first time-
baby
You are.
You are such a baby.
You were.
light player.
It was 10 swats. You gave us like 10 swats for like half, like a warm, like actually less than a warm up. We got like less than a warm up with 10 swats.
Yeah.
So,
And then you're like, oh, golly.
oh, geez.
That's what he said.
Yes.
Oh, you're talking about like my haunted house thing too.
And you should have seen the
That's what you
hair.
say all the time.
And your hair was a
When you're
little.
scared and it hurt. Golly. That's what you say. Just like
I'm
me.
just an old timey soul.
You can't remember anything either.
Well, you're almost 40, so.
So let that be a warning to all you girls reaching out to me about gas. Apparently, I hit hard.
He does.
You do.
I adjust
Slightly.
slightly.
He tries. It
Slightly.
does take him some time.
It does.
He
It
plays
takes
with-
him a couple of
He
spots
plays
in.
with me all the time now.
I
you
know.
So he has to recalibrate a little bit.
I'm not your non-kinky vanilla boyfriend trying to spank you for the first time because you asked for
Well,
it.
when you move, like we'll be a little bit closer. So
Yeah.
we'll see each other a little bit more.
That's true.
Yeah,
That's true. But yes, these girls brat me a lot. Like,
But you enjoy it.
I do enjoy it.
We
It's-
make you laugh.
You make me laugh.
Yeah, and I think that's the most important thing is like it needs to be fun for everyone.
Yeah.
And it is an opening, at least to some extent, a consent to at least discuss playing or like, opening that door to having that potential because it's just really, you can't be that person that's just like always pushing those buttons and then never.
Yeah. Well, and like, so obviously I have a dynamic with Fly.
Really?
Clearly.
There's that.
We're
But-
a power dynamic, remember?
But like, so with Latte too, like on FET, we're listed as play partners. So I still consider that like a dynamic, like where she could call on me. The way I see
I
dynamics,
have.
yeah. Well, even play partner dynamics, I think it's like it's much deeper than just somebody you play with at parties or whatever. It's someone you can call on to trust,
Mm-hmm.
for help with discipline when you need a friend, when you need a conversation. Like that's the way I see those
Right.
Talked about
dynamics.
that earlier.
Like, looser dynamics.
Yeah.
It's like you guys aren't in a dynamic like we
Like
are.
me.
Obviously,
Right.
he's not your top,
No.
but you're. I would say more than just like you said. You're not play partners. that
I've gone to
support
Drew once. I'm like, hey, I feel guilty about something. Can you
Right.
just help me with a stress relief?
Yeah.
Same thing with like S. Obviously, I talked about earlier about the emotional release, but do I brat S? Absolutely.
Right. Right. So that's what I mean. Like in those dynamics or like relationships that you have, like bratting is totally acceptable and it's going to be met with punishment, like spanking, not punishment, spanking,
Punishment.
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 S
So-
must be in the corner a lot. I don't really. God, so boring.
Yeah.
So boring.
See,
Drew's not big on horror.
no,
Thank gosh.
yeah, I know they love that. No, because
I've been very fortunate with not having a lot of tops that are big on corner time. Like,
Yeah.
yeah,
I'll just sit down. Just sit down.
I just can't. Like, I actually
Technically, I'm in the corner. So.
I use it as a reset, which is
I
good
like
for me.
corner
Yeah.
time the way that you do it, where it's like a minute or two, and
See,
it
I'd be
is
fine with that.
right. That's like for me. I actually someone just asked me in AMA. I think about something like corner time. Anyway, like less than 5 minutes. If it's less than 5 minutes, I will spend that time processing, thinking
I'll actually
about the scene.
like stay still. I won't.
I'll
move.
be able to stay relatively still and really actually think about what I'm supposed to be thinking about. If you take it past that,
I'm gonna sit down.
I'm
That's exactly what I'll do.
I'm gonna start to wander, and it's gonna disconnect me from the scene.
Yeah.
My mind is gonna start to wander. I'm gonna, daydream or whatever, and I just don't feel like if I get to that corner time like is supposed to be boring. If you're doing it for that sense, I guess whatever. But I just don't.
Yeah. Well, it's like at a party, like interrupting a scene. Like that's the way I look at corner time is like you don't want to interrupt somebody's scene because it pulls you out of that headspace.
Right.
The moment.
And within a very short time frame, I'm still in that headspace and I feel like it's beneficial. But after a few minutes, I do get that disconnect and it's not serving its purpose. Unless, again, I know some people are more a fan of like corner time as the punishment itself, where you're like spending a half an hour doing that, which I'm sure is very punishing. Like I cannot. Oh, someone asked, that's why I got an AMA for like how long have I been in the corner the longest? I was like maybe 10 minutes.
An hour for me.
No.
What?
He forgot about me.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
It was that long though?
Well, that was.
I don't know if it was that long. I think
That's
at
a
one
long
point,
shower.
he said he fell asleep. Actually.
In the shower?
He was going through something and he was
Oh,
very
okay.
tired.
Oh, so he took a shower and went to bed and left you. Oh my god, I would kill you.
I would
Oh, I
never do
did.
that.
I like let him have it, and he was like, "This is well deserved," yelling at me, and I was like, "Really?"
And that's when you started your top journey, right?
Yes.
So you started
like,
switching.
it was
Like it's your turn for an ass whooping.
yeah. I was so nervous because if I moved, like he would start over, or I would get like lines or something. And I just remember like kind of like going like this, like with my head like turning just a little bit. I'm like, what time is it? Like, am I gonna miss class?
No,
Ooh, that would be really bad.
no way.
Right.
No, I told him. I mean, he's not a huge.
He did
on it
commend me
anyway.
for staying in the corner until I called him.
I can't.
Hey.
I am not. I can't do that.
Yeah.
I'm way too fidgety. Especially like I could do longer periods of corner time if there was not the expectation that I was perfectly still or like in a position.
If I'm allowed to move, I'll be
Yeah.
okay. That's part. Then I get threatened, like, oh, let me put a quarter. Oh, like, shit,
No.
that's not gonna work.
No.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, able to like nose to the wall.
Barbaric.
Yeah.
Oh man.
You should try that.
Wait, what?
You should
Where
try
you have to hold the
the
coin to
cord
the
to
wall.
I would
and
never
you're
done
not-
that.
drop it.
Oh, I like
Have
that
you
idea.
never heard of that?
No, but I like it.
Yeah, that's not.
Maybe a heavy coin. I don't know.
What?
Maybe a half.
How about you try
$half
it first
dollar?
and
I
you
don't
let
know.
us know if it's tolerable, and then maybe we'll talk about it.
I'm
not
sure
doing
it's
that.
a half dollar. I'll find a $half from.
Do we need to pull out a
I had a
dictionary?
top
50s.
once. He never did it, but he jokingly threatened. He was like, "You have all 5 fingers and your nose holding coins
Oh,
What?
absolutely not.
Oh my
on the
god.
wall."
I would cramp.
Oh,
Yeah,
I would
no,
cramp up.
That's even with my nose. I think my neck would really start to bother me after like just a couple minutes of that.
Yeah.
What about holding out the implement
Nope.
until you let your hand drop? Then you get spanked with it.
No.
That would be good.
I would do fine with that because I was in marching band and I was just so used to like holding. And I don't know, basketball too, I can grip. So,
Oh.
but
Huh.
yeah, marching band, that prepared me. for-
Anyway,
Anyway,
let's not continue to
That-
give Drew
Drew-
barbaric punishment ideas in
Nice.
this podcast.
I like it.
Not.
it's not about
It's
me.
not
It's
the
about everyone.
topic.
We
This
need
is
everybody
not
to
the
know these
topic of this
things.
podcast.
Half dollars in the corner with all the fingers.
This is not the topic. The topic is not barbaric punishments.
Maybe something that
We
would be
could
hard to
I don't
hold
know if
up.
we talked about
That's another
different
one.
kinds of punishments that much. I don't think we have done.
I don't know. Like figging and stuff.
We
What?
have not talked about
No.
like, oh well, maybe it's a topic we'll have to keep.
What,
in
like
mind.
figging soap
No, yeah, figging, soap, corner time lines.
That'd be good. That'd be
lines,
good. Like a
Yeah, pros and cons.
pros and cons?
Someday.
Yeah. The other thing
I'll write them out for you guys because I think I've
write
experienced every
lines.
single.
Okay.
Oh,
No.
see, we can have Latte come again.
Yeah, we'll talk
Mhm.
about
Next time
different
Latte
forms.
comes to visit,
We'll
Yeah.
talk about
We'll
interesting
do-
forms of
we'll
punishment.
do different kinds of punishments.
Effective punishments.
I will say there were some more effective than others that were used on me. So yeah, we'll
Oh.
definitely talk about
There's
That's
a
a good one.
website you can make people write lines.
Oh. Well, I want to say one more thing on bratting before we get all off on this squirrely tangent.
Oh yeah, we've definitely squirreled like 9 times.
A lot of
Sorry, guys.
squirreling,
Hope
but
you
it's
guys
great.
enjoyed it.
No, it's good. The one thing I will say, it's not used much, but I would say like that also from a top, you should be able to call red. I think we've talked about that a little bit before.
Yeah,
But I think you should definitely be able to call red on the bratting
Agreed.
to where if it's like really affecting you like too much, like emotionally, and you need it to be ramped down, you should be able to call red and
Have a
explain that
conversation with them.
and have a conversation where it's like, if it's
Yeah.
getting to be too much.
or if there's certain times and places, like
I've always said that too, just me, because I'm very blunt
Yeah.
person. I'm just very blunt when I
Yeah.
talk, and I don't do it to be mean. That's just me. That's just me. And I've always said like, hey, if I'm being too direct, let me know. Like,
yeah,
tone
I've
it back.
actually that's so funny.
Yeah.
This is why we get along so well. I've been told by people that I have a real great ability to be of being blunt without being mean, and I was like, oh, gee, thanks. I try.
Same. People like tag me in work, like in meetings, like, hey, can you help deliver this? I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, sure, hand it over.
Oh
No
my
problem.
gosh.
No problem. No problem.
Yeah, but I just wanted to say that like you can call red as a top, like on the bratting. So
Yeah, definitely.
always
be
if
able
it's
to,
not your cup of tea, or if you're getting over bratted, you should definitely be able to feel like you can have that conversation. And if you can't, then it's also okay. Like, just the same as a bottom would stop engaging with someone that's overly toppy or stepping on their boundaries with that, you can absolutely do that as a top as well. And brats out there, if you're unsure, talk to them. Talked about that before. Ask them when you're still getting to know them, how they feel about bratting, their tolerance level of those things. And I meant to say one other thing, especially when you're at hotels and big parties, keep in mind who's cleaning up your pranks. Like stickers, like I know gas specifically says like do not do confetti.
which means it's been done.
I don't like confetti anyway. It's
It
like
does-
banned in my own
Is
house.
glitter banned?
Glitter is
I
banned
think
in my own house.
I think it's
Ugh.
confetti and glitter and things like that because it's really affecting the hotel staff. Or like stickers. Like I know we did googly eye stickers at gas, but we tested them first to make sure they weren't super sticky, like they weren't
Yeah.
going to leave a residue.
There are still stickers on my freaking toiletries.
That's because you haven't taken them off, though. Not
They're
because
still
Whose fault is that? You should take them
they're
off.
not bad stickers like that. They like can't come off.
Do you
though.
need, do you
just
need us to
them.
show you how to take them off?
He likes them. He's just whining.
Oh, just be brought off.
Do you hear how they're being bratty? Like, within, this is just them. This is how they act.
You haven't called red, so it's
No,
fine.
I'm so good with it.
Yes, fine. Yeah, and make sure you're on the same level. Like I know that Drew loves the bratting because he's also a brat. He's just like a brat that holds the paddle.
Yeah, what is
Um,
a brat with a stick?
Yeah, but make sure that's all communicated. Don't
Yeah,
assume.
Well,
that...
and you can call red on something like very specific too. Like if you're like, oh, like I know you're pushing that button over and over.
Yeah.
With your bratting, but like I really that like bothers me for this level for this reason or another. And you can call red on that with, your bottoms. They should listen if you're being serious.
Just like most of the things we talk about, it all really comes down to communication. And
Mhm.
yeah, if people aren't taking you seriously and can't, and just are constantly pushing those buttons and not listening when you're trying to be serious, then those aren't people that are worth your time. Like, just like bottoms don't have to accept tops being crazy over toppy, you don't have to accept anything you don't tolerate from the flip side just because brat's gonna brat.
Yeah. Well, and it's all about communication, like we said, and have those conversations directly with the top or, bottom that you're having an issue with, because otherwise it's just never going to resolve itself. Like if the bottom doesn't know it's bothering you, they're just going to keep pushing that button.
Yeah.
And if, the top doesn't ever communicate that it's a problem, once again, the bottom doesn't know. So,
yeah. And like I said, I'd like to think that even though I see a lot of what I consider overbratting or going too far, that those people don't really have that intention. They just, that's their style of bratting. It's not everyone's cup of tea. You just need to make sure that I do think bottoms kind of have a responsibility to make sure that, whoever they're interacting with is okay with it on some level, at least before starting to open that door.
yeah. Well, and I've had a lot of people tell me that too, when they're talking to me, just because it's kind of the language I speak too, that we connect pretty easily, because if they're bratting me and I'm bratting back, it's not that hard of a conversation. It's a fun conversation. So yeah, I don't know. I think every top is a little bratty.
Well, maybe not the ones that have zero tolerance for bratting.
Well, yeah, they're super serious. I don't know.
I played with a top like that once, and he was like, I have zero tolerance for bratting. If you want a spanking, you should just come ask. That's my feeling. And we
Sounds like a fun guy.
We played once. He was a nice guy, but that was it. He was not a bad guy, but he's definitely not
people's cup of tea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He needs a submissive that's not a brat.
Well, good luck.
The world is funny, laugh at it every once in a while.
Right. It should be fun for everyone. That's the bottom line. Moral of the story. Bratting should be fun for everyone.
It should. And it is. That's why I say I like it so much, because it's just, they're ridiculous. I mean, and I'm ridiculous. We're all ridiculous.
I like to see if I can make the top laugh while you're spanking. That's just
oh, yeah. That's your thing?
Yeah.
So
I've gotten you to crack a couple of times.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I laugh, of course.
Yeah. He laughed a lot while he was spanking us today.
I know.
Oh, yeah. But I'm also, what do I say?
Bend over.
I do say that. I do
Back
say
in
that.
position.
I do say
You're
that.
fine. It wasn't
You're
that bad.
No, I say I'm consistent.
Yes.
That's my new thing.
Consistently hitting hard, yeah.
Yeah, hitting hard.
Yeah.
But yeah, they do make me laugh. That's what bratting's all about, I feel like.
Shouldn't.
Not about being mean or whatever.
No, right.
Just,
No,
exactly.
I don't know. Play with the right people. That's the other.
It's okay if they're not a good match.
Yeah, it's okay if they're not a good match. I tend to lean on the side of the people that I play with or connect with in this way. At the bottom line of it, they're good girls.
Yeah.
I've never been able to connect with girls that are just bratty to be bratty and defiant. It just doesn't work out for me, because it's just it's frustrating.
I couldn't decide as to defy.
Yeah, it's not a good look.
No.
It's not sexy in my eyes.
No, it's not fun. It's
no.
Especially we've talked about, rules from you in particular in our dynamic come from what I want and what I want to work on.
Right.
So it's just such a slap in the face if you're breaking rules on purpose like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's, we have kids for that, right?
God.
Oh, kids. Anywho.
Anyway.
Well, thank you for listening to our podcast on bratting.
Thank you for joining us, Latte.
Thank you for having me, and I look forward to bratting with you at GASP.
Yeah.
Yes, and we'll have to have you back, and we'll talk about
effective punishments.
Different kinds of
effective punishments. I love it. Give me lots of ideas and all the other tops out there.
No. See, I'm going to make you sign something so you cannot use this on fly.
Oh,
I like that. That seems fair.
I got you.
That's not fair. I would never sign that contract. I would never sign that.
Trick you.
Well,
No.
stay tuned, everyone, and we'll see how we trick him into signing this contract and what we talk about when that comes up.
Yes.
Probably won't be the episode right after this, but it will come.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, like this stuff on all the program or platforms that we're on. What? Don't shake your head at me.
You can't even talk anymore.
I know.
Talking for so long.
I know. I'm so worn out from Christmas and stuff.
All right.
It's Christmas, not us tonight. Score.
Well, yeah, that's true. No, you guys have been pleasant. Very nice to
We
be
haven't
around.
turned on our A game yet.
I guess not. I don't know. It's been great.
Especially now that you're tired.
Oh yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, I'll be snoring in no time. But no, go follow us on FetLife, friend us.
Yep.
Comment on this and
Message me.
yeah, feel free to
Yes.
message Latte her
She's -Latte -.
Yes.
Hyphen
Or you can
Latte.
find me on Drew Spanks.
Oh, yes.
yeah,
That's
I'm right
partners.
there. There's probably lots of pictures too. So
Yep.
there's that. Listen to us on what are we on?
Spotify, YouTube,
Apple,
and YouTube. Yep.
and YouTube.
All those things. Read the readings, like we always say. Those are always really good on our FetLife page, where we kind of dive into the emotions of some of this stuff. And yeah, tune back in next time when we talk about something else about reddening butts. I'm positive it'll be about that. So
Shocking.
anyway, bye guys.
Bye,
See
guys.
ya.